Hi everyone. Here you can read the definition of fraction. Let's read the definition first. Fraction is a quantity which expresses a part of the whole. That means if we have a whole value, or let's take an example. Here I am a person, if I am alone, and if I have a cake with me, I can take that cake completely. So there is here I have a cake. It's my favorite cake, whatever it is. It can be marble cake or plum cake or dark forest or whatever. If I am alone, I can take this cake completely. I can say I am taking this one cake completely. I can use the number numerically. I can write this as or express this using the number one. This one cake I can take completely. And if I have a friend along with me, I have to cut this cake into equal parts. If I have one friend with me, I have to cut this cake into two equal parts. I am cutting this cake. Now you can see here I have total two parts. Total two parts I have, and out of this total two parts, I have to give one part for my friend. I am taking or I am considering this part, one part among these two equal parts. So the part which we are considering is one part out of two equal parts. And in our usual language, we say this quantity as half. This value is less than one, smaller than the whole value one. One is a whole number, and 1/2 is a value less than one. So this value is an example of a fraction. One part out of two equal parts. Here the number which we have written above, or the number which we have written in the top, is called numerator. This value is called numerator, and the number which we have written below, this 2, that means here this 2 is called denominator. Always we write the fraction in the form of numerator divided by denominator form. So the number in the top is always numerator, and the number which we written below is called denominator, and this is a general form of a fraction. And 1/2 means two equal parts are there, and out of this two equal parts, one part is considered. Fractions are divided or classified as two groups. One group, the first group is proper fractions. Proper fractions, and second group of fractions are improper fractions. So the fractions are divided as or the fractions are classified as proper fractions as well as improper fractions. What is mean by proper fraction? So already we have discussed now, all fractions are in the form of numerator divided by denominator. Okay, and we have seen an example now, 1/2. In that example, in the previous example, this 1/2, in this 1/2, numerator is small value and denominator is larger value. That kind of fractions are called proper fractions. That means a fraction is said to be proper fraction if numerator is less than denominator. For example, we can take some examples for proper fraction. 1/2 is an example of a proper fraction. 1/2, 3/4, 2/7. In all these fractions, you can see numerator is small value and denominator is large value. And one more thing we must remember is that in all proper fractions, its value will be less than 1. For all proper fractions, its value will be always less than 1. The value of a proper fraction is always less than 1. So here in all cases, you can imagine the value of this fraction. 1 out of 2 equal parts. 3/4 means 3 out of 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts are there, 3 parts are considered. And here also 2/7. These all have value less than 1. That means in all cases we are getting a part of a full cake. Only a part of one full cake. That means its value is less than 1. Here the 1/2 is a value less than 1. Like that, all proper fractions have value less than 1, as 1/2's value is less than 1. I hope this is very clear. Now let's think about improper fraction. Improper fraction means in that case numerator will be greater value and denominator will be smaller value. In that case, all fractions having greater numerator and smaller denominator, that kind of fractions are called improper fraction, and all improper fractions have value greater than 1. Let's see some examples. Let's see. Here you can consider the fraction 4 by 3. Here 4 is greater, 4 is the numerator, and 3 is denominator. Denominator is small value, numerator is larger value. 2 by 7, instead of 2 by 7, you can reverse numerator and denominator, you will get improper fraction 7 by 2. That is improper fraction, or 10 by 3. Like that, we can write infinitely many improper fractions. All improper fractions have value greater than 1. And so that you can write these improper fractions in another way. Before discussing the another way of writing improper fraction, that is called a mixed fraction. Before discussing that, let's see an example of real life example of improper fraction. Let's take the case of cake. If I have 3 cakes with me, and if I am alone, obviously I can have these 3 cakes. But if I have a friend also along with me, I have to divide these 3 cakes equally. For that, first of all, I can take me and my friend can take 1 cake each. Then the remaining 1 cake I have to cut into 2 equal parts. That means here I am going to divide this 1 cake into 2 equal parts, and I am taking 1 cake and half of the remaining cake, and the friend also taking 1 full cake and half of this cake. So this much part goes to my friend and this much part goes to me. So you can see 1 complete part and half of the remaining half of the other cake. And here also you can see 1 part and 1 full cake and half of another cake. So 1 and half. So this is an example of mixed fraction, or this is also an example of improper fraction. If I am writing this as improper fraction, total 3 cakes are there. 3 whole number, the whole value is 3, and this whole value 3 is divided into 2 equal parts. Number of division is 2 and the number divided is 3. That's the meaning of improper fraction. So this is 3 by 2. This value is represented by 3 by 2, and so this value is represented by 3 by 2, and the mixed form of 3 by 2 is 1 by 2. So 3 by 2, the same value can be represented as 1, not 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 and 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means 1 plus 1 by 2. The meaning of 1 by 2 is 1 plus 1 by 2. That means that we are usually written as 1 by 2. Now let's see how we can convert this 3 by 2 into 1 and a half or 1 by 2. That's very easy. Simply divide this 3 using this 2. If I am dividing this 3 using 2, that means the numerator is divided using the denominator. How many 2's are there in 3? Let's check. 1 2's are there in 3. The remaining value is 1. And I can write the quotient value. Quotient value means this is the quotient value. Quotient value I am taking as the whole value. And the remainder value I am taking here, this 1. And the divisor is taken as the denominator. So this way I can write 1 by 2. Let's see another example. What is the mixed form of 10 by 3? 10 by 3 is improper fraction. This improper fraction can be written as mixed fraction. How we can convert this into mixed fraction? So that's also very easy. Exactly as we have seen here, 10 can be divided using 3. We will get 3 3's are there, 9, and the remaining is 1. And this quotient we are taking as the whole value, and the remainder we are taking as the numerator, and the divisor we are taking as the denominator. So 3 1 by 3. This way we can convert 10 by 3 into 3 mixed fraction 3 1 by 3. So this is the mixed form, mixed fraction form. Now we can convert this mixed fraction back to improper fraction. How we can convert this 3 1 by 3 back to 10 by 3? That's also very simple. 3, this whole value first multiply with the denominator. 3 can be multiplied with the denominator 3, then add with the numerator and use the same denominator. So that 3 into 3, 9, 9 plus 1, 10, 10 by 3. So this way you can multiply this, you can convert this mixed fraction back to improper fraction. Now I shall write the general form here. In the general form, I can write, if you have the numerator here, that can be divided using denominator. So numerator is divided with the denominator, you will get a quotient and a remainder here. Okay, then when you are writing this into mixed fraction form, use the quotient as the whole number and then numerator as the remainder. Remainder we are taking as the numerator and denominator we are taking as the divisor we are taking as the denominator. So this is a general form of converting a whole value or numerator by denominator form can be converted into mixed fraction form using this simple step. Let's see why we are converting, why we are writing like this. 10 here we are trying to divide this 10 using 3. 3 3s are 9 and the remaining value is 1. 1 is the remaining value. That remaining one also we are trying to divide with the 3. But 1 is smaller value, 3 is larger value. So this division is not possible for a whole value or an integral quotient is not possible there. That's why we are taking this 1 divided by 3 written like this. And the quotient value we have written as the whole value. This much only we have to remember how to convert a fraction into an improper fraction into mixed form. Conversely, we can convert this mixed fraction back to improper fraction. Then how you can convert this back? The conversion can be done back by quotient is to be multiplied with denominator and you have to add with the remainder. Then use the same denominator. Use the same denominator. So this way you can find the numerator by denominator form. This way you can convert the mixed fraction back to improper fraction.